Have you ever been love bombed? Sounds amazing and scary at the same time because it is. Love bombing is a manipulative and emotionally abusive tactic that individuals or groups use to gain control or power or influence over another person. It involves overwhelming the target with excessive displays of attention, time, acts of service, compliments, gifts in a very short period of time. In other words, it comes on very hard and very fast early on in a relationship. The term love bombing is commonly associated with an abusive, romantic attachment or relationship. It can also occur in friendships, family relationships, or cults and other controlling organizations. So here are some signs that love bombing might be occurring. Number one, intense affection and attention. Love bombers shower their target with an intense and constant display of affection, compliments, and declarations of love. They are attentive and caring to the point of being overwhelming. Like over the top, overwhelming. A nice dinner at a nice restaurant is not love bombing necessarily, but flying to Tulum on your second date to an all inclusive resort is giving love bombing vibes. Understand that intensity tends to feel all consuming, overwhelming, and uncomfortable, and as well as being one-sided to the point the other person cannot reciprocate. Number two, rapid progression. The relationship often moves very quickly, with the love bomber making the target feel like they found their soulmate, their perfect friend, in an unusually short period of time. This happens like super fast, which contributes to that red flag feeling of discomfort. Understand that speed alone does not always indicate love bombing, but if it's coupled with some of these other things, it's worth paying attention to. Keep your good eye on that. Number three, isolation. Love bombers often seek to isolate their target from their friends, their family, their spiritual community, making it harder for the target to seek any outside perspectives or support. Love bombers want all of your time, all of your attention, and they tend to make you feel guilty if you cannot give it to them. I'll add here that imbalance is what is the foundation of the love bombing tactic. Number four, manipulation to the point of control. The excessive affection and attention are used to manipulate the target's emotions, making decision making difficult for the target, making thinking clearly about the relationship difficult. The way that the pattern emerges, the love bomber begins to use the isolation and control to influence the feelings, behaviors, and subsequently the thoughts of the target, so much so that they feel indebted. Love bombers use this tactic to gain control over the target's life, finances, decisions, and it leads to the power imbalance. In other words, they feel like they owe the other person for both their pleasure and their pain. Insert here codependence. Number five, insecurity and dependence. Over time, the target may become emotionally dependent on the love bomber and may feel guilty or fearful about displeasing them. Once the stage is set, the love bomber begins to pull back, and all the things that used to come with no strings attached are now coupled with behaving the way the love bomber desires. Okay, so remember that love bombing is not limerence. It's not that wonderful early falling in love season where everything is perfect. Is not balanced mutual affection. It's not. Love bombing is a form of emotional manipulation and abuse, and it can have severe psychological and emotional consequences for the target. A question often comes up about this. Is this intentional on the part of the love bomber? Are they trying to manipulate on purpose? The answer can vary depending on person and situation. It can be intentional, or it can be that the person is not used to balanced relationships and that pattern of behavior continues to replicate itself. But essentially, if I'm building a relationship based on earning or demanding another's affection, care, or concern, if I'm giving to them not because I genuinely desire to, I need to check my motives, because that is laying the foundation for manipulation and power plays in the future. Healthy relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual consent. They should not involve manipulation or control. Now, although I'm a licensed professional, I may not be your licensed professional. Therefore, use this information to seek professional help if needed. If you are in a relationship where you feel like you've been love bombed and you've been manipulated and you feel like that's continuing to the point of abuse, please seek out professional help.